So, Mnet has managed to test everyone's patience for like the zenith amount. I'm going to be real with you, and I'm actually going to tell you beforehand that Onus does not appear in this video at all. To maximize capitalism, Onus's performance will be aired
on 3rd October.
Lucky you guys actually get to decide whether you want to sit and watch this video while doing your laundry as opposed to us who tuned in to the live stream. Luckily, I am South Asian. I didn't really lose much. It was the peak time for me to do my laundry. This comment made me realize that some of y'all actually go to class looking like this just because of these live streams. But moving on. So basically, I'm only going to be talking about
the new Sixes, Tempests, 8 Turns and Unite's performances
because those are the only ones aired for episode 2. This is where the competition truly starts, and it is the first versus match. I'm going to come out and apologize for last time where I really didn't explain the rules of the show properly last time because I myself was very confused and then I did not research into it because I was on a deadline. So this time I properly researched everything and I used a very credible source because surprise surprise, this time there were no subtitles for some reason. So this information is 100% right. So for this round, the RTK groups will be performing one song from
one of the 5 boy groups that had million seller albums in the year 2023,
which were namely
Skids, NHYPEN, NCT, TXT and The Boys.
So to create a little more tension, instead of actually adding more groups like 17, EXO, even Zebewan, so they decided to make it a match style and repeat certain groups. The ones which have a generally very vocal and huge and insanely dedicated fandoms. So the RTK groups, they were divided into 3 matches. Out of those 3 matches, 2 of them were one-on-one performances, as in 2 groups would perform one group song and 1 triple match where there are different groups. Also slight info, they actually got to decide which groups and which songs they would choose as opposed to Mnet actually designating it to them. Also for this episode, the ace concept is a little different as opposed to the first one, where in the first one, the ace had a completely different performance. Over here, they will be chosen by the members and they will be the focus of the group performance. So the new Six and Tempest, they both chose Stray Kids, and I've just got to say TNX definitely has some sort of game plan because they're always doing something highly different. Basically in episode 1 they performed a vocal performance as opposed to like a dance performance. Then even in episode 2, Skids are known for their title track, but instead of choosing a title track they chose a fan favorite, which is Phobia. I'm just going to give a disclaimer where I had to personally remove a lot of bias as a stay while watching these performances. Honestly speaking, in the first watch, right, I was kind of expecting more in the chorus, so I felt like the stage was kind of losing its impact by them just hanging on the butterfly/moth, however you want to perceive it. But after putting on my film glasses and highly overanalyzing everything, it made sense for them to be on it the entire time, because if you look closely at the screen behind them, there's a cage. So it is the butterfly in the cage where a beautiful thing is kept within an enclosed environment. It turns rotten, and that is why it's a half butterfly, half moth. But I digress. So it wouldn't make sense for them to do like something on stage. They are trapped. That's what's the symbolism. But I felt like when they were doing the O parts, the members could have started dropping down, like succumbing to the cage, admitting defeat, and now you have nothing to hang on to. I felt that would have given a slight more impact during the chorus. So additionally, they use hands, where hands can be symbolism in terms of helping hand, but it can also be something that can drag you down. Again, this is just my film student speculations. I can be chatting out of my ass right now. I'm going to give another point to the new Six because they made their screen interact with the performance and props. For example, the cage and the butterfly moth, or the moth, yeah, that makes sense. Another screen visual that really caught my eye was the black hands. So the hands look like wings, showing its twofold imagery, and I really personally enjoyed that as a film student. And lastly, throughout the performance, you could see you are your own worst enemy, like because they're all wearing white, right? So your own hands are pulling you down, aside from the external black ones by the backup dancers. Phobia, right? Skids has not performed it with a concept. So it was really a blank canvas for us, even as a stay, even as a non-stay. So it was very interesting to see their own personal concept put into this. So TNX definitely did a good job. I feel for Tempest, the major flaw was the song, if not the artist. Because if they were going to choose Skids and if they want to stick with the title tracks, right, I feel they should have gone for songs like Levanter rather than the heavy-based Skids songs. Because I personally feel their voices are suited for those like Levanter kind of songs. I know they themselves have songs like Vroom Vroom also, right? But from what I have seen and from what songs I like of them, I feel like the softer songs definitely suit their vocals better. And as much as one tries to remove bias, there is still something that itches the back of your brain saying that, hey, something's not right over here. The areas build up to the chorus, it lacked that bass voice, and which kind of made the chorus also suffer a little. As for Liu as the ace, I personally did not feel him stand out that much. Also, we got to address the fact that copying certain voices is difficult. In this case, Felix's. So the reason Felix's voice stands out is because it is different. It's very rare that you will be on point in terms of copying the artist's voice. So I feel that was another major hit to their performance, where they were basically trying to copy Felix instead of put a twist of their own vocals into it. So as much as I understand Liu trying to imitate or copy Felix's voice, right, that should not have been the main reason as to why he was the focus and chosen as the ace. As for the concept, they latched on to the Frankenstein concept created by Skids. They didn't really branch out. It was very surface level. It was like, yes, we are covering Maniac. Obviously, we're going to do a Frankenstein concept. At most, the crown was being added, but I was getting more confused about that. I could only assume that, like, they're trying to show that message of, oh, we are the champions. But in the case that Liu is Frankenstein, which makes the other members scientists, then it's only putting forward that Liu is the greatest champion, not the group, unless that's what they were going for, because in the end this is ace of ace. Maybe they are trying to say that our ace is the best. Then in my opinion, that should have been done in episode 1, where the aces were given an entire performance to themselves. As for the performance, my favorite part was honestly that EDM dance break, where I felt the Tempest's true colors, they shone in that. But ironically, that was the part which did not blend with the concept, did not blend with the song, and did not blend with the performance. It was like it's a dance break for the sake of dance break. So now the comparison. In the beginning, right, when I first watched it with the live stream, I felt like it was a 60-40.
As in 60% the New Six should win and 40% Tempest should win.
But when I was reanalyzing and rewatching, so the New Six's performance was definitely more thought out in terms of concept and nuances, which you could realize every time you rewatched it. There's something new. And personally, as a film student, that really intrigues me, that you come back to something and you find a different meaning. So I got to give the New Six a major boost and boost them up to 80%, where they should have won. And they did win. So for A-Turn, as a group performance, right, they did really well. Like, they did what I expected out of A-Turn based on their episode 1 performance. But the certain lack of props and, interactions with the screen in terms of their performance, you could clearly make out the difference. I'll come back to this point after I finish Unite. Youngyu as an ace, he definitely did stand out and make a mark while also being part of the group. Slight recommendation in the beginning, right, where they were wearing the uniform, he should have maybe had that president's armband, and it could have been orange,
because the stage color was orange later.
so your focus would have gone there. So overall, he did very well. Hands down, 100%.
No doubt, no cap, nothing.
The best performance in this season of Road to Kingdom Ace of Ace until now. This is the performance that we expect. I was actually getting goosebumps every time I rewinded it. It was so beautifully done. Like, first of all, the ace, immediately he stood out in terms of costume and performance. The moment he began, I knew that Unite would win. Like, he did amazing in terms of acting. Also, he stood out while still keeping the group together. He was the thread keeping their entire performance connected. In my opinion, that's what the ace should do. And their vocals also, like, this time it was much better. Not only did they meet ENHYPEN standards, they even showed their own ability that this is what we can do. They have various segments. You don't even realize when they keep going to the next segment. That is how you use the numbers of your members to your advantage. And by the way, giving the ace a white costume, right, it can be even a risky decision where he might stick out like a sore thumb. But the way it was choreographed, there were certain parts where either the camera was not focused on him or he was hidden amongst the black costume people. And then later he was like put back up on stage where your attention would immediately go back to him. Also, this stage is where you even realize how important lighting is. As my film student side would say, the chiaroscuro effect. I'm not going to explain it. Look it up. up. The part that really fucked with my brain in the right way was the silhouette play. Like, I was completely taken aback in a good way. Like, this is how you incorporate new elements. And Hyphen has the vampire concept for Bite Me, right? Unite did not play into it. Instead, they're just like, we're going to do something completely different. And that's how you show your own execution of your concept, which keeps everyone engaged, because this is something new. This is something that we've not seen before. This is the reason why your cover stands out better, because people remember it being different from the original artist rather than it looking like a copied homebook scenario. Now, I did like 8 Turn's performance and they gave us what we expected, but that's where Unite won. They gave something that we really did not expect. 8 Turn gave us a performance, no doubt. They had a concept, but they did not have a story as opposed to Unite. And if you have a competition which has a story with full-fledged theatrics, you will fall short in terms of performance. So for me, Unite was an immediate win, no questions asked. So now, the triple performance between Gravity, The Crew 1 and Onus will be aired on 3rd October. So do tune in, check it out, and do let me know what you think about the performances, which one are your favorites. I really do like reading your comments and continue keeping up this parasocial relationship which I've created with you over the past 4 years. But anyway, that's all for now. Ciao.